I'm very pleased to be able to tell you tonight that, yeah, there is some projects going through at this present moment in time. I'm sorry for the delay. It has been taking a long time to get them together, but there will be at least 2 areas which will be designated for the private sector licensing. It's a very, very expensive way of dealing with things, but nevertheless, we will do our best to ensure that where the requirement is, we will make sure we put the people in place. So I can assure you on that, it will be hopefully up and running by November this year. Yeah, and the vote will be coming to council, I'm sorry about that. Ian, slippage of the bedroom windows, most definitely. You used me to come with you to any meeting, I will be there. No problem at all. License of alcohol and community safety partnerships. Yeah, I think most people will have seen the article that went through last week where police asked for a designated area for the whole of the Wirral constituency to be made alcohol free in terms of street drinkers. I was at a meeting, attended a meeting last week with Gene Stapleton and Brian in their ward, and I've never witnessed street drinking to the extent that I've seen that day. It's quite shocking when you actually see it happen. I've witnessed drunks and you know, people going, it's open on the pub road, different things. When you actually physically see young people, middle-aged, drinking out of bags with a bottle inside, and then projecting down out sick, and then getting back onto the bottle, it's, to be honest with you, it's quite frightening. I can understand where we've got, in my opinion, an overabundance now of people on the Wirral trying to sell alcohol as a means for high-strength stuff that needs to be stopped. And I think we should applaud the police for putting in this request. I know that Chris, I know in the policy area, it was done a few years back. You've got to have the resources, you've got to have the manpower, you've also got to have the ability to try and stop that problem. I think, I've just answered your question in terms of community safety. Yeah, I mean, we sit also on a panel which used to be the Merseyside Safer Partnership of the Wirral. And in that time, it's run by the Police Commissioner, and we're trying to get, some of our most critical points, like, for example, domestic violence, where it's been truly raised at national level, that Merseyside as a whole has got probably one of the worst records of domestic violence. And we're trying to convince and put an argument forward where we take to the Home Office a plan to help us, and hopefully we will see some funding back the other way. So there's lots of things you can do, and you can work together. And these sort of things are the things you do need to have good partnership approach to. So the police, health, the youth, the whole issue needs to come together as one to make sure that we can actually eradicate some of the problems that these poor people have to go through. Chris, 50,000 derives you, well, in £9 million worth of cuts, and where we are at this present moment in time, our contribution is £50,000 to each one of the 4 constituency committees. But there are also on there police, fire, NHS, and all. Ours is just the first point of putting that in. But I think, hopefully, if these work properly, and you make a point then, quite rightly, that they will be formed by little mini councils outside of where we are at the present moment in time. And I use the analogy of when I went to someone to see, can it work, does it work, and or is it just a paper exercise? And the answer, quite honestly, came back. They're now giving £24 million to their constituency committees, and they make massive decisions based on what the people on the ground actually want. And I think my ambition is to see, over the next 2-3 years, that we actually get to that position, where we're delegating money of good sizes, where people can make that decision for their committees and for their
Councillor O'Mara requested to note that report. Is that agreed? Thank you. We're moving on to the report from the Policy and Performance Committee chairs, which is set out in the covering report. We had a Policy and Performance Director of Public Health at pages 73 to 80 of the agenda. Are there any questions to the chair of the coordinating committee, Councillor